Switch 2 is finally out, and I still can't believe how strong its launch has been. And while I'm busy playing around with all the new features, my wishlist is already overflowing with upcoming platformers that look ready to blow my mind with their creativity. Today, I'm going to show you the top 10 best upcoming platform games for Switch 2, the ones I personally can't wait to play, and the ones that feel like they might set the tone for this entire new Nintendo era. Memories in Orbit arrives on January 20th, 2026 for Nintendo Switch and Switch 2, inviting you into a moody Metroidvania soaked in atmosphere and quiet melancholy, where you awaken as MIO, a swift, delicate little robot stranded aboard a colossal derelict spaceship known simply as the Vessel. This once majestic craft now lies in a state of haunting decay, its caretaking AI units, the Pearls, mysteriously shut down, leaving the ship overtaken by creeping vegetation, flickering, malfunctioning machinery, and a suffocating sense of abandonment. Your journey becomes a delicate dance between exploration and introspection, as you traverse its hollow halls, uncovering fragments of what went wrong, slowly piecing together a broken past, while racing to restore the ship's memories before the entire structure collapses into oblivion. What makes this adventure shine is how deeply it embraces the spirit of discovery. It doesn't rush you through a checklist of directions. Instead, it pulls you into a world where every corridor whispers secrets, every room hints at forgotten stories, and every step feels like you're breathing life back into a drifting, dying world.
Memory awakens, and each of those memories is what the shadows they watch. Some will aid.
Starsand Island, slated for release in early 2026 on the Nintendo Switch 2, sits on the horizon wrapped in a veil of mystery, offering only glimpses of what it might become while still keeping most of its secrets tucked away. With so little officially revealed, the imagination runs wild just from the title alone, evoking a dreamy blend of island adventure, warm sands, starry skies, and a sense of slow, gentle escapism. It carries the promise of exploration, maybe survival, maybe something cozy and open world in tone, the kind of game you ease into after a long day, letting its atmosphere wash over you while uncovering its rhythms at your own pace. And even though the details are still thin, that uncertainty gives it a spark of intrigue, because sometimes the most exciting games are the ones that quietly emerge with their own identity, their own surprises, and their own kind of magic waiting to be discovered. City Hunter returns on February 26th, 2026 for Switch 2, resurrecting a classic adventure through a fully modern revival edition that breathes new life into the original 1990 Sunsoft game after 35 long years. This isn't a simple port, it's a respectful restoration crafted by Clouded Leopard Entertainment Inc., complete with full multilingual localization for the very first time, allowing players across the globe to dive into this cult classic without language barriers dimming its spirit. The gameplay stays true to the action-driven energy that defined the series, following the protagonist as he navigates dangerous underworld operations, high-risk assignments, and the chaotic blur of cleaner jobs that often teeter between intense combat and sly, cheeky humor woven into the narrative. The revival keeps that distinctive tone intact, a stylish mix of crime-laden tension, unpredictable encounters, and the comedic edge that gave the original its charm, now dressed in more accessible language support and polished presentation, inviting both nostalgic fans and brand new players to experience this long-awaited return. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Remake arrives on March 12, 2026 for Nintendo Switch 2, PS5, Xbox, and PC. And it comes roaring back as a full modern reimagining of the iconic 2003 horror staple crafted by Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja. This remake rebuilds the entire experience from the ground up, refreshing its visuals with richer lighting, deeper shadows, and cinematic detail, enhancing its audio design so every whisper, creak, and distant cry crawls under your skin. and overhauling its controls to match modern horror sensibilities while preserving the chilling soul of the original. You once again step into that eerie, forsaken village bathed in moonlit dread, where the oppressive atmosphere feels almost alive as it clings to every wooden beam and fog-soaked pathway.
A long time ago, and people who get lost in the woods are called to the village.
Junkster coming to Nintendo Switch 2, PS5, Xbox, and PC with a release date still yet to be announced, throws you onto a rugged junkyard planet for a quirky, inventive 3D action platforming adventure where you take control of UM-13, a scrappy little construction robot who crash lands amidst mountains of alien debris. Your mission is as humble as it is charming. Sift through heaps of discarded machinery, salvage lost human artifact cargo, repair your battered ship, and survive the strange dangers lurking within this metallic wasteland. The game leans hard into the joy of improvisation, letting you build with trash instead of relying on shiny predetermined gear. Every upgrade and contraption springs from scavenged parts, making creativity your most valuable tool. Structured into distinct comic-style issues, each chapter throws unique challenges your way. Mutated junk monsters bursting from scrap piles, renegade bots defending their turf, treacherous terrain that threatens to swallow you whole. All wrapped in a gritty yet playful post-apocalyptic aesthetic that sets it apart from polished sci-fi worlds. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, arriving in spring 2026 for Nintendo Switch 2, unfolds like a vibrant storybook brought to life, beginning the moment a magical talking book named Mr. E drops from the sky onto Yoshi's peaceful island. Its pages overflow with descriptions of strange and wonderful creatures, and before long, Yoshi leaps straight into the book itself, exploring each chapter as a fully realized world brimming with charm. The gameplay blends the comforting classics of Yoshi platformers, the familiar flutter jump, the satisfying tongue grab mechanics, and transforming enemies into throwable eggs, with fresh creature-driven ideas that shape exploration in imaginative ways. Some creatures possess special abilities that directly affect puzzle solving and traversal, like a flower-like being that makes plants bloom to open new paths, or a skateboard-style critter that helps Yoshi ride safely over water. Others can even hop onto Yoshi's back, enabling unique interactions and playful combinations that invite experimentation throughout each chapter world.
Flower-like creature. Scatter in the air. Oh no, that's your back. Touch flower buds with it, and they'll bloom.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder, released on October 20th, 2023 for Nintendo Switch, revitalizes the classic 2D Mario formula with a burst of creativity, transforming familiar platforming into a joyful cascade of surprises powered by vibrant worlds, clever level designs, and the wild unpredictability of its new Wonder mechanics. At any moment, a Wonder Seed can completely reshape the environment, pipes twisting and slithering like living creatures, terrain morphing unexpectedly under your feet, entire stages shifting tone and structure in ways that feel exhilaratingly fresh. It supports both single-player and multiplayer modes, marking the first brand new 2D Mario entry in over a decade, and it embraces that milestone with bold visual flair and playful experimentation while still carrying the warm, instantly recognizable Nintendo charm. And for Switch 2 players, an expanded version titled Nintendo Switch 2 Edition Plus Meetup in Bellabelle Park is on the way for 2026, promising new levels and enhanced multiplayer and co-op features to enrich an already standout platforming experience. LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, expected in 2026 for Nintendo Switch 2, aims to become one of the most ambitious LEGO games ever created by shifting away from the traditional level-based format and instead presenting a full open-world Gotham City for players to explore. This version of Gotham is larger, more atmospheric, and alive with opportunities, from fluid combat encounters to high-speed chases in iconic vehicles like the Batmobile and Batcycle, all wrapped in the signature LEGO charm. Designed as a definitive Batman narrative retold through LEGO storytelling, the game stitches together decades of lore-spanning comics, films, animated series, and classic Batman interpretations, following Bruce Wayne's evolution into the Dark Knight while weaving in familiar villains, crime spreading across Gotham's districts, and appearances from beloved members of the Bat family. It strikes a balance that can satisfy devoted DC fans craving lore-rich storytelling, while also appealing to younger or casual players drawn in by LEGO's accessible humor and playful style. With its open-world structure and the fusion of Batman's mythos with LEGO's creative spirit, it promises something genuinely special for both camps.
Who are you?
Who's
Elusive, announced for Nintendo Switch, Switch 2, and PC, drops you into an enormous world viewed from the perspective of someone incredibly small, placing you in the shoes of Zoe, a tiny raider who sees an ordinary house as a sprawling universe filled with danger, mystery, and interconnected paths. The game blends exploration, crafting, stealth, and Metroidvania progression into a seamless experience, letting you crawl through tunnels behind walls, slip beneath furniture, traverse gardens that feel like wild landscapes, and uncover the secrets hidden inside this giant home. Its structure shifts fluidly between 3D exploration areas and more focused 2D passages and tunnels, giving the world a layered miniature labyrinth quality. Along the way, you gather materials to craft tools and weapons, from the inventive scissor sword to cloaks and backpacks, while navigating household hazards that become monumental threats at Zoe's scale. Whether sneaking, fighting, or investigating the mysteries tied to the house itself, Elusive draws you into a world where the everyday becomes epic, and where cleverness and creativity shape every step of the adventure.
I know the big wide world can seem frightening sometimes.
Darwin's Paradox, launching in 2026 for Nintendo Switch 2, PS5, Xbox, and PC, thrusts you into a surreal industrial world through the eyes of Darwin, an octopus unexpectedly taken from the ocean and trapped within the oppressive machinery of a bizarre corporate empire known as UFOODINC. The entire experience leans into a blend of eerie atmosphere, offbeat style, and puzzle platforming that mixes adventure, stealth, and environmental storytelling into one strange, captivating journey. As Darwin, you rely on your natural abilities, tentacles for climbing and manipulation, ink for distraction or escape, and camouflage for stealth, to slip through hazardous factories, twisted junkyards, and dangerous industrial interiors while uncovering the unsettling conspiracy that keeps this world running. Its tone strikes a balance between cute and creepy, whimsical and threatening, using its quirky protagonist and imaginative environments to craft a narrative that feels both playful and perilous.